I just said that. I just wanted to see what the new technology felt like. Jesus, I might have killed somebody in one of these.
I watch Uncle Neely in the pregame show all the time.
I appreciate it, bro.
Never miss it.
Yeah, I appreciate
And
it.
Wednesday with Warren Sapp.
Woo, I love Wednesday with Warren.
Right on.
It means one thing. It means it's Wednesdays, and it's time for Wednesdays with Warren, the Hall of
And
Fame.
I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna apologize in the Warren and the Wednesdays because I miss you on New Year's and I miss you after New Year's. I'm sorry, baby, but we're gonna make this thing a regular thing because I know our people out there. Y'all want to hear from the big fella, and I am sorry. I've been moving and shaking and doing a couple things as you might have looked up and seen, but you know, the show must go on, and I do appreciate y'all coming through and checking with us. So we're gonna keep this thing rolling like it should. So I'm sorry, Uncle Neil, it was my bad, baby, but I promise you, just gonna hit me with the code and we'll get on this thing.
Well, I will tell you, man, every time we post anything on the Pregame Network, everybody says, man, where's Wednesday with Warren? We need Sapp back.
That's what I say. I owe the people. I gotta go all the way back to the Alamo Bowl.
Hey, well, you know,
we ain't going that far. We ain't going that far.
Some of the best TV shows in the history. They also got a little off season too. They take a little break, so we're gonna chalk it up.
It was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks, same as cash. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. Now I'll be rolling. So, man, the national championship game.
Yeah.
Can we call it a game?
You know, that score tightened up at the end, but they were never really in it after their first.
No. What was the end of this? What was the end score?
I don't remember because it didn't matter. They were never in it.
I mean, after they almost killed their quarterback on the first drive.
He went to the sideline like Willie Beeman and throwing up.
Boy, dog, they put that boy through some boy. And you know what? To his credit, he got him in. He punched it in. But boy, he had nothing left in the tank after that.
He was averaging about 15 carries a game, and he ran the ball 8 times in the first drive.
9. And it was hard yards too.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Like that one when they smashed him on his face on that. Ooh.
Like you like to say, he was a pillar. Like they were landing.
They were doing what you're supposed to do. I see too many times running backs and people who run the ball, they don't take them to the ground. Yeah. That's the whole point of tackling is taking him to the ground. 2 or 3 of you laying on him, he oof, and y'all get up off of him and look at him and say, like, help yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to take something from him. I truly believe that. I've never helped nobody up from, maybe a couple quarterbacks because I wanted the starter to stay in the game. That's all. Hey, man, that backup come in, you get that trickle-dickle bootleg and screens and all. Oh, man, you got to play every game in the world, boy.
Yeah, no. You ain't really watched a lot of film on him that week, so.
And they're going to throw everything at you. They're going to throw everything at you, and the kitchen sink. Trust me, everything coming out. Oh, it don't even matter. It doesn't matter when you got the backup in there. They'll call anything.
Well, let's rewind a little bit more, Sapp. That's national championship. We got to talk NFL playoffs. I see you repping your Bucks.
Oh, listen, I'm at that game, and only reason I know this is because I'm real close with the coaching staff, and I walk inside the building and do what I do. We're the best jet sweep team in the National Football League. We run it more than any other team in the league, handing that ball off to the receiver.
Mm.
I don't know what got into our quarterback after Mike with the great effort to get us the first down. He snapped that ball. That guy's behind him.
Yeah.
He has no chance to hand that ball off to him. So instead of turning a bad play into, just have a bad play. Now you turn it into a disaster. Ball
Yeah.
in. Oh my god! And we just got off our fourth and goal situation with these damn bastards. They don't want to kick the ball. they want to keep going for it. Damn analytics guy don't ever get fired, but somebody gonna get fired for this somewhere down the road. Somewhere down the road, somebody gonna get fired for this. This don't make no sense, man. Take the points on the road in the playoffs.
Take the points.
If I'm playing defense for you, you taking the points.
Take the
I
points.
get us. I get us the ball back. We go bang at them again, but we taking the points. They come at a premium, and especially in the playoffs on the road.
Yeah. Yeah. That was something
Man.
special, man. So we down to 4 teams.
Ooh.
Bills, Chiefs.
We just had the best weekend in football. You can't pass
Oh
that.
my, it was beautiful games, man.
I mean, best weekend in football. It always is. It it's just it's what our sport is made of. I mean, when you talking about those teams lining up like they did last weekend and going at it, I mean that's football.
Yeah.
That's
Like I said,
football.
we down to the Bills and Chiefs and down to the Commanders and Eagles on the other side. But I got to rewind again before we go to those 2 games. Man, is it Lamar? Is it the coaching? Is it the system? Is it the playoffs? What's going on? We're getting over that hump.
And one of your best players in your franchise history drops the ball, get it punched out at midfield. You know what? That's why we love this game. It's the most humbling sport on God's green earth. It will bring a grown man to his knees and make him cry in front of his mama. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It'll make him cry in front of his wife and kids. I'm telling you, this game will humble you, but he just got to keep plugging because he played good football. Now,
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with how he played, but that fumble with Hamilton, come on, Lamar. Jeez. Oh.
It seemed like toward the back half of the game, they just went away from Henry. Like even on that 2-point conversion, I was like, man, Lamar,
I'm
your
not
best
giving it.
player.
I'm not
Henry,
giving.
your best player.
I'm not giving it to Henry.
Okay, talk to him.
I'm not. I love the play they call. It's just you got to make the catch.
Yeah.
He pumped it because he was like, I'm finna drill it. Then he's like, nah, let me just go and give it to him. And he gave it. I mean, come on. There's no more measure of a throw ever.
Yeah.
In a game
Yeah.
like that.
He took something off of it.
Yeah,
But
he took something off of it, but he didn't pull a string the way he had to go anywhere behind it.
No, he was right there.
Right there on his front thigh.
But here's what I saw. When I look at all the other times they've run that play and it didn't work, because they've been putting out the clips. I said maybe Lamar
This
was
is
like,
the first time they picked it. This is the first time they picked it. And picked it perfectly too. Oh no, he wide ass open. Just
he showed pump fake. He went like, ooh.
Oh yeah, no, because he was finna drill and he was like, let me go and measure this and make sure it's where it's supposed to be so it ain't behind him or anything, I ain't gotta rush it. Let me just put it on him. And he put it right on him.
Right there. One behind him, one ahead of him, one over his head, one low.
But I want to know what Andrews was thinking after he dropped it and he jumped up and he ran back on the field. Like, where you going?
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, it ain't like you went, like, I mean, it was almost like he thought he had another play or something, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the thing that bothered me more than anything was his reaction to himself dropping that ball. He jumped up and ran back on the field like, let me get him, let me go back at him, coach. No, you just dropped the game, son.
Yeah. It's like the world stopped. He didn't know where he was. That was it.
I don't know what frame of mind he was in, but boy, he had to be delusional. Because I swear he jumped up like he had another play.
Yeah,
and I don't think that
was second and goal.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like he jumped up like, all right, third down, I got you next time.
Yeah, like here I come. Like come back to me. Whoa. And then I don't think that would have lasted anyway with 93 seconds and Josh with the ball. Yeah. I don't think the defense could have stopped him, but I would have liked to seen it. But hey, here we are with everything they've been at. But can we stop this Josh Allen MVP talk? When you got less passing yards than Geno Smith, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
In that game, he didn't have a passing TD. He rushed for 2 TDs, but
like I said,
passing.
We talking about the throwing. When you have less yards than Geno Smith, there's no way somebody can hand you an MVP trophy of the National Football League.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the votes were in before that game.
I, and he still didn't have more passing yards than Geno Smith.
No, no.
So how do you hand this man an MVP trophy? He's not in the top 5 in yards, touchdowns. What? What? Now we talking about running? Now we talking about running with the ball?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Something that black quarterbacks been criticized for forever.
Stop. Oh my goodness. It's just one of those things, man, that you look at the game and you go, really? Almost like when Gastineau now is chasing Brett Favre around talking about he wanted his sack. Mark must have forgot he was on the field
I
that
was about to
Sunday.
say and celebrate it. Didn't say a word when it happened.
I said something, and they all looked at me like I was the worst thing on earth. I'm like, I hunt the quarterback. I've never sacked the quarterback down 16 points under the 2-minute warning. Sorry. And I don't think nobody else has either.
Yeah.
But show it to me. Show me
Yeah.
that pass play when I'm up 16 points and it's under the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, he wasn't mad when it happened.
Not at all, because he was good and lick it up.
Oh
You
yeah,
get
he was feeling good.
hey,
He was
when you
feeling
when you
good.
had a Sunday fun day and you watching the team play and hey, you really ain't paying attention. They
Sunday,
put him
Sunday.
at a real bad vantage point. He didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it took 20 years to realize he was mad, I guess.
What? The man's record is gone.
Yeah.
And then
On a gimme. On a
And
gimme.
now we finna talk about a 17-game season taking Eric Dickerson's record away. What? Come on, man, stop. Even baseball distinguishes between 154 game and 162.
You have to.
You have to.
You have to.
I mean,
it's not the same.
Come on, man. And I think when Dickerson did it, he had 14 games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop it.
Him and OJ didn't take the number of games that everybody else is taking.
No, OJ had 12. He had 14.
Mm-hmm.
They had moved it up to 14 at that point. Yeah.
Yep.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think so.
I think you spot on.
Yeah. I know OJ was 12 back in the day when he had that the Express going on up there in Buffalo. That was definitely 12 games. And then they kicked it up to 14, then they kicked it up to 16. Now they're talking about going to 18. But you can't have a 17-game season compared to, come on, man, stop.
No,
stop.
It's not.
Stop. We've already exploded the receiver room. I mean, 100 catches, 1,000 catches, that's nothing. That's just running the mill now.
Yeah. Which is why I think, talking to a Hall of Famer, please let me know what you think, that sometimes some of these guys who were deserving very much so in their era, the game has changed and they look mediocre compared to now. You look at what Jimmy Smith did at Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's still not in. But then, like,
how many catches Jimmy? How many catches? Hold on. How many catches Jimmy Smith got?
He up there, dog. Like he set the
I don't
record in the
think so.
season.
I don't think so.
Let me find it.
And he definitely ain't got the single season record because Marvin Harrison had it for many years, like at 143 for the longest. That was like one of those records we thought you couldn't get to, and I think somebody just broke it. But man, you crazy? No, Jimmy ain't got them kind of numbers. Jimmy was a good player in Dallas and really excelled in Jacksonville. Him and Keenan was a lethal combination. But what's he got? 800 catches?
He got 862 receiving yards, 12,287 receiving touchdowns, 67.
See what I'm talking about?
2 Super Bowls, 5 Pro Bowls. In '99 was the reception leader.
I'll send you a list of receivers that has Steve Smith, Anquan Bolden, Steve Smith Sr., Anquan Bolden, Torrey Holt, Hines Ward, and somebody else on that list. And I'm talking about 941 might be the lowest on this list. 11, 12,000 yards, and 85, 89, 84, 80, 82 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Super Bowl MVPs, 5, 6 Pro Bowls just like that. Couple All Pros on there. So I'm telling you, we just exploded it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
and
mean,
and and
you
and
look at Michael Irvin's 750 catches. Marshall Falk got more than he got.
yeah,
So it's a good
yeah.
thing, Mike.
That's my point. It's like when guys don't get in like right then, the way the game changed, they look like they didn't do nothing. But if you go from there backwards, when they did it, they were leading in. They were leading at the time. They were game changers at the time.
Yeah, top 10 receivers at the
Yeah,
time. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But hey, man, that's what we did. We exploded the room.
yeah. Now it's
Exploded
wide
it.
open out there.
Explode. No, but now they've tightened the credentials to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't shorten the lane.
Speak,
there's only 5 lanes
speaking of
coming up.
getting in, let me ask you this about the process. There's a school of thought out there. I've been listening to y'all talk. I sat at breakfast with you and Marshall Falk and Deion Sanders, 3 Hall of Famers. What you think about the notion of the guys that are in the room getting to decide who comes in the room?
That's not gonna happen.
No, I ain't saying
It-
it's gonna happen. Just what you
no, no,
think
no,
about
no,
it?
no, no. I'm just telling you, the inmates will never run the asylum. That's not gonna happen. They pride and treasure themselves on their ability to be able to tell us who was the best to play this game, and they ain't coming close sometimes.
Yeah,
So, and we, and it is what it is. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna put some trust in our new president, Mr. Porter, and the process that he told us about.
hmm
Last summer when we was there. We're gonna see what the process puts out. We're gonna see
yeah, because
because
it
it's
looks like the standard has eroded some. Let me put it that way. Outside
well,
looking in.
I mean, you want to bestow greatness on people, but there's a certain level you got to reach. I mean, I don't know how you can consider yourself a Hall of Famer and you never won Defensive Player of the Year. If you were never the best amongst your peers, how could you ever, say, this is? But that's for another day, another subject, and another time. So, I just celebrate my brothers because I learned a long time ago. It's a damn hard process and it's a lonely process.
Yeah.
And when they do call your name, I will embrace you with your gold jacket, and we'll talk shit at the fireplace with the cigars after you get finished with your first year.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
feel you.
we'll definitely let you know how we feel about it, because I know, I mean, it don't dirty your gold jacket. It just lets you know how the people that are in there feel about it. I mean, because it get told. I guarantee you that it get told to you in no unsweet ass way. Just deliver it to you.
Speaking of finishing your first year,
Hmm.
you just finished your first year coaching college ball. Tell me about Sapp a year ago and Sapp now. Like what's been
Oh,
the growth? What do you see differently? What have you learned? What are your takeaways?
I never thought I'd love it the way I love it, and I never thought I'd learn as much as I've learned from the kids, and the ability to be able to walk up and tap into them. Because I used to always think like, damn, where did my coach get that from? And when I say some of the things I say to them and I see them perk up, I'll be like, I guess I'm getting the same shit that out my coach was getting out of me. It's just, you learn them. You learn how they talk. You learn their little acronyms. That's what I've learned more than anything is the damn three damn letters that write a whole sentence for you.
Yeah, yeah.
They special with that. So I just, it keeps you young. I've gotten a whole new genre of music now. I listen to. Well, it's pushed upon me. So when I hear it somewhere, I'll put on the Shazam and put it in my playlist and then ride
Yeah.
the bike and listen to it. So, they've given me some new music, new terms, new terminology. A whole new outlook on life because it's a whole new mission now. It's forward thinking about Georgia Tech now. That's week one.
We man, you said it. You said it.
Hey, that's what it's giving me now is a whole new purpose and a whole new look forward to things to come, and brighter mornings and darker sunsets sometimes.
One of the things that's occurred is got a new strength and conditioning coach who made a lot of guys into the NFL down there to your university.
Oh, Swayze,
Yeah, old
we got
Swayze, man.
Swayze.
What you think
We're
about old
going back to
Swayze?
them. We're going back to them primitive days, baby. I like it old school. Prime like it old school. We
Yeah.
talked about that when I first got there with him. We talked about it, and then, he had the same training I had. That's we call it making a man.
Mm-hmm.
You give me that Florida sun and that good grass, and somebody with some method about their madness.
Yeah.
I'll build you a football player. I'll build you an athlete. I'll build you somebody that can withstand that fourth quarter grind. Because that's ultimately what you're working on. Is that fourth quarter when we're up in that thin air, now it's our advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when
Yeah.
you push that limit in that envelope, good things happen.
One of the things I talked to Swayze about was not just the fourth quarter of a game, but the fourth quarter of a season. Like we had to be built to finish.
That's the key to any organization. You can start fast, but it's never how you come in, it's how you go out.
Yeah.
You got to be able to have some standing horses to pull this wagon at the end of that season. And I'm talking about strong to the point where you come out the huddle and uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
nothing like it. Because that's what made me the player that I was. Fourth quarter, oh, it was
Mm-hmm.
mine. It was mine. There
Yeah.
was no more trickum dickum. It was just straight bone on bone at that point. And that's where the football season is a grind.
Yeah.
And when you get to the end of it, I know what you're doing, you know what I'm doing. Now can you beat me at it?
It's really that simple. It's really that simple when it comes to the fourth quarter of the game or the fourth quarter of the season.
You wait till you watch.
Who
You
can
wait
do
till
it
you
now?
watch. All right. You wait till you watch this Washington Philadelphia game. This is the third time they played each other this year.
Mm-hmm.
Divisional rivals. This gonna be a game when you see a play like you saw in the national championship game when the guy from Notre Dame was yelling, he finna run the reverse and then took off and they threw the pass and it was wide
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
And you fool them. Can you show them something that they believe this what it is and it's something different? That was gonna win that game. The other one is if Josh if Josh plays great, he's got to play great to beat him.
Yeah. You
He
can't
can't
you,
play.
you,
He
you
can't
can't
play
make mistakes
mediocre.
against Kansas City. They
He can't play mediocre.
yeah.
Can't play mediocre. He's got to play great to beat Mahomes at home. I'd love that challenge because it'll be on me to go get him. When you put it on me and my boy, we gonna go get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna make life hell for him this Sunday. I don't know what he been experiencing before this, but we finna put him in the blender. We finna get him off that spot. I mean, and I think Oliver and them boys got that plan, but I think Vaughn's gonna be the key. Because
Yeah.
those tackles in Kansas City aren't that special. And if you
Mm-hmm.
let Von Miller get a good track the way he can put his foot in the ground and go,
Mm-hmm.
he's got enough gas to turn over a football game.
He still got some gas in the tank.
Oh yeah, yeah. He turned that corner a couple times last Sunday. Yeah, he still got it. You
Yeah.
give him a good track where he can put his feet on the ground, he'll give those two tackles hell.
You often have a way of saying words that just trigger thoughts in my mind that take me to the next subject. And you said going to get it, putting somebody in the blender. We got some current events we got to talk about, Sapp Daddy. Got some current events. I've seen your dissatisfaction with the police department and
Oh,
kind of taking the task with a lawsuit on their false arrest.
you know what? It's the sheriff's department, and that's the one that's the most disappointing because the sheriff, if you know in any county, if you got police and whatever, the sheriff is the highest.
Yeah.
And the sheriff is a constitutional officer
Yep.
who should be well versed in our constitutional rights because they swear an oath to protect those rights. And to be violated in less than 30 seconds, and then not to have a supervisor come to me, nothing. Speak to the lieutenant, he don't want to come. Speak to the sheriff talk wild at me, tell me I got a time, place, and manner for my First Amendment. I thought I had crossed over into North Korea, dog. And I spent a lot of time in Okeechobee fishing and hunting and I got a bunch shooting doves, doing a bunch of things because that's like Florida's playground right there in the middle, right
Mm-hmm.
there around the big lake. And the big lake give you a lot of great fishing and a lot of good times. And I love being in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Take me in the woods. I'm a country boy.
Yeah.
And let me enjoy myself. And I ain't been back to Okeechobee since, man. Put a real bad taste in my mouth, man.
Absolutely.
Like really?
I want to burn it from both ends real quick, and not real quick, because we got to rush through it. End result, the state attorney threw it out, said they were wrong. Beginning result, like you didn't do nothing wrong. Like you weren't even.
I was walking him through the law.
Yeah,
And then he says to me, I know the law. So I'm like, okay, what's your name and badge number? Since, you over here barking out unlawful, I'm obstructing and I'm standing here. And last time I checked, when you hand somebody the ticket, your official duties is over.
that's right.
A warning, a ticket, whatever it is over. I walked over and looked at the ticket. Buddy was finna put it in his pocket. I wanted to see what the miles per hour was, because she was sitting there talking about, I'm trying to teach you something. As you heard, I'm
Yeah,
trying to teach you something. How you teaching somebody something and you got the miles per hour wrong?
and you got the definition of obstruction wrong. You never got in their way.
Come on, man. I explained it to him. Obstruction is a physical thing, a physical act. What am I doing that's obstructing right now? And there was people closer to me than they were.
You can see that in the video.
How am I the one obstructing? Oh, that's right. I'm talking. I'm running my mouth. That's freedom of speech.
You're
You
showing how
do.
smart you are.
It wasn't, you know what? It wasn't so much the smartness. It was just, I know my rights. I'm just
No,
sitting here
I'm talking
talking.
about from their perspective. They like
Oh, no, no, no,
there's
no.
people
Yeah,
out
that
there who don't
totally.
want to be
Oh, no.
outsmarted, man.
This was a black man in Okeechobee. He can't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Now we
what this
now we're on the
was.
same page.
This what this was. Oh,
Yeah.
he said the universal Negro shut your mouth words to you. You want to go to jail today? And you know, when we were kids, boy, don't say
Yeah.
nothing, man.
That meant be quiet, boy.
Yeah, boy, that mean be quiet, boy. And I hadn't heard that for 50 years. I was not gonna hear that day. Are you serious? That's what I said to him. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm dead ass serious. Say what you mean. I gotta break the law to go to jail now.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, buddy. I have no qualms with the jail. The jail ain't got nothing I like in there. Nothing.
Yeah, but it's that shut up and dribble mentality. Certain people
Worse
ain't
than that.
supposed to be able to speak on
Worse
certain
than that.
things.
Worse than that. It's that shut your mouth, boy. Who you talking to? I got a badge and a gun.
Yeah.
Huh? First and foremost, you are here to protect and serve. And that would be protect and serve we the people. And what is your qualms with me correcting the young lady on the miles per hour? He's not going double. What
Yeah.
you wanted to say to him and threaten him with was you were going 2 miles per hour for me making a judgment on a traffic misdemeanor, not a traffic violation. And you and me both know you could be arrested for a misdemeanor.
Absolutely.
So that's what she wanted to say, but for some reason, neither one of them could get it out of their mouth as they both was trying to explain the ticket. Or just cop explain as I talk about it, because you hadn't gave him the ticket. It was over.
Yeah.
And this was over 30 minutes. That's what brought me back on. I'm like, what the hell? 30 minutes? What they doing? Let the man go. The man was begging her. I have a perfect driving record. I've never speed. This lady didn't want to hear nothing but it was talking about. I would the passenger unlawfully.
Yeah.
Just rambunctious.
Hard to give a driving violation to somebody who wasn't driving.
And then you cannot ID the passenger unless you had a reasonable articulable suspicion that they in commission of a crime, about to commit a crime, or just got finished committing the crime. You have no right to ID the passenger. And they know this, but they still unlawfully do it because they want to see if you got a warrant. And then they taking you to jail now.
Well, Sapp, what do you say to those who will say to you, hey, why don't you just mind your business? Like they ain't had nothing to do with you.
The matters of public interest is always our business, because the last time I checked, who pays their salary? We the people. And I thought it was a little excessive that they were still sitting there 30 minutes later. One thing she had to do was say, my computer's not working, sir. I'm going to give you a warning today. You get to keep your perfect driving record. How great would that video have been for the officer? Shows some professionalism, courtesy, and your equipment wasn't working that we the people pay for.
Yeah.
But instead of that, you want to insist on getting this man a ticket. The other officer had done driven off after you told him you needed his assistance. He done drove off. She got to call him back. So he drives back to it. And then instead of her just saying, you know what, man, since you drove off, you know what, I'm going to let the guy go. No.
Mm.
Why would we do that?
Mm.
I mean, it's a victimless crime. No, nobody got hurt. They're going 63 and a 35 that rapidly dropped from 45 right over the top of a hill. No reduced speed ahead sign. None of this. So it's just one of those things that you're looking at them entrap you with the speeding, and now you've ran over the allotted time for the detention in the traffic stop. You disregard that. Get ID the passenger. Disregard their rights. And then now, when I'm just correcting you on your obvious wrong statement of the man's going double the speed limit and you trying to teach somebody something, that's what got me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach you something. Trying to
Yeah.
teach somebody something. You can't even get the speed right. What are you doing? You cops explaining. And
Yeah.
now, after you've handed the ticket, any presence after that is an unlawful presence by law enforcement.
Yeah. The matter is concluded.
And now you turn it into you want to grab me. You want to go to jail? You want
That's
to put
that's
your
where I
hand?
want to go next. Like, at what point? I know we've seen the video, but how did this escalate into touching you?
Because he told me the universal shut up Negro slogan. You want to go to jail today? And I say, are you serious? And he asked me, am I serious? And I say, I'm dead ass serious. So now he done turned his full attention to me as he wrote in this report. I turned my full attention to the unidentified black male, not just a male. Yeah. You got to write a script for the prosecutor. You got to tell him it's a big black man over here, in so many words without saying it. There's a big black man over here talking to me with his freedom of speech.
Everybody out there knew that was Warren Sapp.
Unreal. Unreal.
That size,
Unreal.
that mohawk, that location. Everybody out there knew that was Warren Sapp.
90% of the state of Florida would know who I am unless you're an old lady in, Dixie County or something like that. You know who this is. I was on Dancing with the Stars. I cover both sides of the bed. No doubt about it, I cover both sides of the bed. So my man, what in God's name do I gotta do?
No, you cool.
All right. So he went from 0 to 100 in no time. After I, calmly explained to him what obstruction was. And then I told him what I'm doing is constitutionally protected freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that, don't you, officer? And then he said, I know the law. So I asked him, I have your name and badge number, please, sir. He spit it out. And then I went to turn to the other officer because I didn't expect him to step to me.
Yeah.
That's when it escalated when he stepped to me because he had done decided in his mind there that he was going to put his hands on me.
Oh, absolutely.
I had done decided he was going to put his hands on me because he, and all this intimidation, because that's the intimidation part. I'm finna step to him and do this here and ask him for his name. I wish I could replay it because if I saw this, I would have looked back at him and say, you have a little hand up here. Are you asking me for my identification, sir? And then I would have spit out 901.151 is the actual Florida statute that he needs to demand my ID under law.
Yeah.
Which is reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime or city ordinance violation. That's what I was gonna say to him, but he asked me for my name. And your name, I don't answer questions. They say that's the magic 4 words, boy. I don't answer questions to get you hooked up every time.
Yeah. But even in the hookup now, you never escalated. You never escalated like they did.
Why would I? I'm not finna get my face slammed on that concrete. And I'm damn sure don't want to get tased and mess myself. Nah, I done heard them stories. Nah, I'm good. You gonna put your hands on me and you're not smart enough to know your policies and procedures and rules and regulations, and I have not committed a crime. I wasn't in commission of a crime, and I just hadn't finished the crime. So I like I said to him on the video, I just would like for you to explain to me why you got your hands on me.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, you the law enforcement officer. Tell me why you got your hands on me. That's it. You say I'm detained, then explain the detention. Then he writes in his report, I explained to him several times for the reason for his detention. It's like the body cam ain't even on him. I mean, I'm like, how do you write this?
Yeah, this is all recorded.
Not all of it. Because as soon as he heard my name, he hit mute on his body cam. Because the dude that was driving me finally got so frustrated with it. Like, because, everybody walking around like, because now there's like 10 cops on the scene.
Mm.
I'm gonna reiterate, maybe 14, because there was like 5 of them from the city cops, because we were driving a bunch of spaceships, which are Lamborghinis, Bugattis.
Yeah.
We was doing a charity rally and feeding the homeless. So it was a bunch of the cheapest car was $700,000 there. Trust me,
Yeah.
it was spaceships there that we was riding in, Lamborghini after Lamborghini after Lamborghini after Bugatti after. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, Ferrari supercars, all this, just stupid cars, Porsches, everything you could think of. So they all came more to look at the cars, I thought, as the officers came up, because there was no disturbance to have 14 officers there. But they did. And they're walking around. When I finally got the body cam, they're walking around talking about who's in the car. And they're like, we don't know. That's why he's in the car. We don't know his name. And nobody said, wait, his name? Is that why he in the car? Because he wouldn't give y'all his name? Y'all better get that man out the damn car. Like what are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
There's policies and procedures and due process and civil rights that you done put the handcuffs on this man for what? Nobody, nobody asked for what at no time, except he wouldn't give me his name, so that's obstruction. That's what the field training officer kept yelling. That was the guy that arrested me, was a field training officer. He just kept yelling it. You don't give me your name, that's obstruction. Then the sergeant shows up on the scene, body cam muted. Jesus.
Mm.
Ask the greatest question you can ask in this situation,
What
because
was
of
that?
how you get charged with obstruction is if you get pulled over and you don't want to give up your license and you obstructing them from getting your license because maybe you have warrants. That's how they throw the obstruction on you. It's a secondary charge.
Mm-hmm.
The first one would be whatever the traffic violation was, and then you didn't want to give up your ID. There's your obstruction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you get charged with obstruction. So he pulls up to the two officers, the lady officer who has me in the car, and the arresting officer who done put me in the lady's car, not his own car. He done put me in her car. What was he driving? He wasn't driving. So that should have been the red flag that went up
Yeah.
for the sergeant right then.
Yeah.
If he ain't driving, how do we got obstruction, yo? This
Yeah.
is a simple due process. There's certain steps we get to this.
Yeah.
So the lady got ready to explain it. Oh, he's riding with a friend over there, and I had this guy over here. You got PC? Yeah, take him to jail. Just like that. Then he turns to my friends that are sitting there, and 4 of them are off-duty cops that are in the charity. They're explaining to his officers what they did wrong with the, yelling, "Get the F back, I'll pepper spray you," to the crowd. The crowd just standing there watching. These are millionaires.
Yeah.
These are millionaires just standing here watching. It's like, what do you mean you gonna pepper spray us? We just watching this. Like, what are y'all doing? The man sitting here talking to y'all. What are you doing? You didn't throw this man in your car? What are y'all doing? And then the cop is going down telling us, like, how long you been a cop? She's like, 4 years. He was like, I've been a cop for 7. And what you just did is wrong. So the sergeant is right beside him. And the sergeant says, the rest of y'all better leave, or I'm taking y'all to jail for obstruction too.
It's
Never
not.
come, never comes to see me one time at the scene. Never asks me what happened, sir. This is why you here. Nothing. Body cam on mute. Don't care. Come to see me in the jail. 90 minutes after I'm there in the jail. You want to see the supervisor? I said, sir, is your body cam on? Uh, it's always on. Now we know that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to ask him why he didn't come see me at the scene. He tell me sometimes it ain't feasible for the supervisor to come see you at the scene because of the chaos and all the people. He don't know I got.
That's the all the reason to go.
That's your job to
Yeah.
come see the person that you talking about taking to jail and make sure that everything is structurally sound. You the road patrol supervisor here. You're supposed to supervise your people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come talk to me nothing. So I say, all right, cool. I said, when's the traffic stop over? When we leave the scene. I said, well, you were still there after I left, and the person that had got the ticket, they were gone. It was still going on. Oh my goodness, man! As a kid, you hear all the time that it ain't the crime, it's the cover up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. I called the internal affairs and said I wanted to file my complaint. He said, yeah, you got to come up here to the office and get some paperwork. I said, what paperwork you speak of there, Sergeant? Oh, it's a citizen complaint. I said, I got one right here in front of me and it say by phone. So, all right. I said, are you ready to take my complaint? Oh, yeah, yeah. What's your name? And you know you can file a complaint anonymously, right?
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? I'm not hiding from this. I
Yeah.
want you to know the QB killer coming through the door. This Warren Sapp. Oh, I'm not taking your complaint. I did the same thing. I almost dropped the phone. I said, excuse me? Oh yeah, I heard about this. I'm not taking your complaint. I don't think this is the way this works, sir. Well, yeah, it's gonna work that way and click. Hung up.
See, this is now. Now I'm gonna say this. I believe, having watched the video at the scene, they knew who you were. The phone call you just talked about, they knew who you were. If they will do this to a gold jacket Warren Sapp, what
What?
they do to little Leroy?
What? What? Rufus Tyrone, Banji, Bamba, anybody.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Man. And then they put an enormous amount for you to get your body cam footage too. $200 for the body cam footage. What? We've already paid for it.
Mm.
That's our uniform, car, camera, the data, computer you holding in. We pay for all that. You got to charge me another $200 for me just to watch you violate me,
Yeah.
and then I walk
Most
in.
people, most of the people violated ain't got the time or the money to go through their process. So that
They
ends.
just they just want to be let go and everything go away.
Yeah.
But when I looked into this is the thing that's driving me forward. And you know me, I love my babies, and I will teach them your rights and how you stand up for them in
Hmm.
every situation, especially when you get violated. We're not gonna be violated. That's long gone. That stepping and fetching and skinning and grinning, no, no, that's way gone. That's way gone. Especially when you done put your hands on me and violated your oath to the Constitution, and then want to kick dirt in my face when I just asked for an apology. That's what got me. Because that was the only thing I wanted was an apology. I went
Yeah.
for an apology. Man told me I ain't getting an apology. He ain't gonna you ain't gonna defend your case across my desk. 14 days after it was dismissed. I'm sitting in this man's office and I'm there just to pick up the body camera footage right now.
Yeah.
I still don't know all of what they did to me. I still don't know it. I'm just know that I don't know the conversation, nothing. I don't know none of this because I don't have it yet. And I'm in his office just asking for an apology. I was gonna go home and just throw it away. I was gonna be like, you know what? I'm going to Colorado.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I got blaze trails in front of me. I just got to do what I got to do and make sure I'm set. You know, man. I've been waking up every night at 3 o'clock in the morning. My old lady looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, baby, I just it, it just keeps reoccurring.
Yeah.
It just keeps reoccurring, dog. I cannot get a night's sleep like that. I sleep more in the afternoon than I do at night. I'm telling you, it just keeps reoccurring. Just. And I walked in the man's office asking for an apology. This man basically just looked at me like, what? Who are you talking to about an apology? I'm like, what? I'm not here to Monday morning quarterback my officers. And what the hell are you here for?
Yeah, you are. You're here to manage them.
You the head dog. You
Yeah.
gotta dispense some justice around here. You got to.
And
This is your
like we started off this segment with the state's attorney threw it out like I'm not there's no crime here. Nothing happened.
Ray Charles could see ain't nothing happen. That's the bad part.
Sapp, here's one of the challenges I wrestle with because and let me when I say wrestle, understand I know I'm right. So I'm wrestling on their behalf. These folks go through weeks and weeks, months and months, and even continue training when they have the job.
I don't think they do.
But well, on paper they do. But they expect people, citizens who've not been trained, to be the ones to conduct themselves in a certain manner. It's like you hear officers say, "Hey, no, what you do is just be quiet, don't be cussing." Well, he
Ain't
went through the
cuss.
academy and he cussing.
I didn't cuss.
Yeah, I know you didn't. I'm talking about when you hear them
No, no,
talk
but
about,
that's the whole thing.
yeah,
They always tell you to cooperate.
but they not cooperating. They the one who went
No,
through the training.
and got the policies and procedures that they have to follow.
Yeah, so
Rules of
I say that
engagement,
to
the whole
say
9 yards. That's the
the
whole thing.
patience the patience should be skewed toward the citizen who's untrained.
You're supposed to have de-escalation training and diversity training too. You're supposed to know how to handle a black person because you're not supposed to see a threat. But we
Mm-hmm.
know that's not the case. Just like they put the 5-year-old baby, they patted him down in the car, put handcuffs on 11-year-old little girl up in New York, talking about she done stole a car. What? And then after they dead wrong, gonna look at this black girl and say, you are identical to the suspect. I say, damn, we used to fit this damn description. Now it's an identical
Identical. Yeah.
match.
Yeah,
And you're driving away
it
on an
don't went
identical
from it don't
match?
went from remind me of
No,
to
no, no. It
identical.
we used to just fit the description.
Yeah.
Now it's an identical match.
Yeah.
After you have found out this child is not the person who stole a car, because 11-year-old can't drive. Jesus Christ.
But Sapp, when during this process, going through these sleepless nights, lack of apology, lack of accountability, when did it hit you and say, you know what, I got to do something? Here go a $20 million lawsuit.
When I got ready to take off to Colorado, and I was like, you know what, just let me just get the information and the different things I gotta get, right? When the internal affairs guy said he wasn't taking my complaint. I said, wait, last time I checked internal affairs, it's supposed to investigate the police.
Yeah.
Oh, I done heard about this, and I'm not taking your complaint. What? Well, now, if you know like I know most complaints get written up and get thrown in the garbage. Right? But you at least gotta write it down.
Yeah.
Dog, they just kept hindering my process with the complaint. The lieutenant wouldn't take it, the sergeant wouldn't take it, internal affairs wouldn't take it. I'd call the sheriff office, they tell me, you call our lawyer and don't call here no more and hang up. I'm not calling 911, I'm calling a non-emergency number so I can get some help.
Yeah.
You can put me on hold,
You call
but
the administration side.
somebody's got to take my complaint. You got to put this on paper, or I
Yeah.
can't start the process to get to what we're talking about now. There's a certain process you got to go through in the state of Florida because the state of Florida is a police state. They don't play that. You got to go through, sue them at the state level, find out at the state level, oh yeah, they did do something wrong. Now you can kick it up to the feds. Huh? Yeah. So now, I you know what? I said I'm gonna give a bunch, whatever I get, I'm gonna give a good portion of it to victims advocate or people who have been put in this position who can't go get the body cam, who don't have the money and time to go, drive 115 miles and file public records requests. And they're gonna tell you got to come back and pick it up because it's too big to email. What? What are you talking about? We email everything. Monster files. How can we not email body camera footage? And it's $7 for the USB. Can I bring a USB and stick it in your computer? You can take it out of the wrapper. I'll bring it straight from the wrapper, straight from Walmart, and show you the receipt. No, we can't have any external things stuck in the computer. That's our computer. It ain't yours. It's the ownership of it. I think that in the non-transparency and the non-accountability, you're not here to Monday morning quarterback your officers. What? Only thing you had to do was apologize, and I would have been gone out of his hair. I would have never looked back. I'd have been like, cool. Nah, not when you do that. Not when you get into you got a time, place, and manner for your First Amendment. What?
No, that's not true.
What?
That's just not true.
And then when I have my body cam on and is always talking to him, he comes outside and looks at me and don't want to tell the records lady about who's dragging me out of his office to tell me that's where I got to file my public record request, not through the public official that I'm standing in the front of. This is a law. This ain't a suggestion or a policy. This is a law in Florida. When you file a public record request, it's Florida Law 119. I orally tell it to the public official. He writes it down, jot it down, remember it, whatever you got to do. Then you go to the records office and you give them my email and they will get it over to me.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that's not the way it works.
Mm.
Sheriff, this a law. Yeah, you gonna get out of my office. All right, let me get my stuff. I'm behind you. No, you go in front. I said, oh yeah, that's right, officer safety.
Yeah.
So I'm laughing as I walk out. We get out in the hallway. He sprints over to the third window. Nobody's there. Because I've been talking to the young lady right here, because who's finna give me my public records right here. I've been talking to her all morning. Come over here. Stand over here. I'm good right here. Oh, yeah, trust me. They won't give me the lobby footage now. Won't give me my jail intake footage. When I was in there teaching a young intake guy at the jail, I said, listen, man. I said, y'all even ID the passenger. Oh, we can ID everybody in the car. I said, who taught you that? What? I said, who taught you that? I said, I just want to know. They definitely didn't teach you that in the academy, because you need 901.151 to ID that passenger. What? He looked at me like I had two heads, but he was asking me for an autograph. So I said, okay.
Ah.
I said, okay, I got something for you. You ain't getting this autograph until you go look up that law and learn something today. How about that? Since I don't know what I'm talking about, and you're the officer. He went around there and got on the computer, came back with his head down. I went to signing it.
But
I said,
Sapp, the fact that the person who was getting the ticket got the ticket and gone by the time everything happened with you, how could you be obstructing something that's over?
because they don't. I asked the sheriff, I mean the sergeant, the road patrol supervisor, when there's a traffic stop over. He said when we leave the scene. I asked the sheriff when there's a traffic stop over. He said when we say it is. Trust me, it just every time you asked a simple law enforcement constitutional question, the answers you got back was just, are you what country did I just step into?
Yeah.
This is not North Korea. This is not Nazi Germany where I got to show my papers. What is wrong with you, man?
Well,
Crazy.
an apology or lack thereof has brought about a $20 million lawsuit. You know, we pulling for you,
Oh my God,
praying
dog!
for you to get some
It
sleep
don't
through the
even
night.
matter. It don't even matter what it is. You know, my representative did that and did that because I didn't have a number like that in my mind.
Mm.
I can tell you straight up. You know, I'm not that guy, but let's go, because I know what you did. You looked at a black man and say he don't know what the hell he talking about, and I'm taking his ass to jail. That's simple. That's simple. I'm not bringing him the supervisor. I'm not even gonna have a conversation with him. When I asked him, I said, when the lady officer jumped out the car and went to yelling, Ellis, Ellis, and the only reason I know this now because you're Lieutenant Ellis, you're Sergeant Ellis. She went to yelling for you that I wanted to speak to the supervisor. What did you say to her? What are you talking about? I say, the lady officer that drove me to the station, I made her put her car in park. I said, babe, I'm going to say your job because I asked you for a supervisor, and that's policy. And if you break policy, that's grounds for termination. You can't break policy that you signed no policy. You can't break it. She slammed the car and Paul jumped out. Ellis, Ellis. He ignored her, and her body cam was rolling nearly. Sarge, you just gonna ignore me like that? Oh no, I mean, when I got the body cam footage, dog, I was floored. I was floored. I'm like, did they all think they just turned them off or something?
Mm.
Or I didn't have the means to come get it. I don't know what this was, dog. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone, man. It was crazy. 2 minutes and 47 seconds. I am inside the vehicle of a police car for damn piece of a crime.
So much so, again, I got to emphasize, so much so that the state attorney said, none to prosecute here. There was no crime committed. He shouldn't have been arrested.
So I called him on the phone, the guy that, you know, dismissed my case, and I said, did you not see a crime when you looked at that body cam footage? What do you mean? I said, an assault. The officer's not allowed to put his hands on me. without no lawful reason. You 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 ain't got to kick this up to a public corruption or some kind of somebody up above you, and
Mm.
then they say, okay, we see it and whatever. He said no, he don't have a duty to report. So now when I'm trying to dig out my complaint that was filed on July the 10th, this December, I finally get Lieutenant Thomas, who's a captain now, by the way. Lieutenant Thomas on the phone. I said, Lieutenant Thomas, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my complaint. Well, there's a criminal investigation going on. So you want to tell me what the criminal investigation involves? No, we can't give you any more information. You got to call our lawyer to talk about anything else. What? Why I got to call your lawyer? Your lawyer can't give me legal advice, and I don't need to speak to your lawyer. I'm a citizen redressing my grievances with my government right here. Why can't you talk? What am I missing here? And they trying to direct me to the sheriff's attorney. I tried to explain to him. I said, your attorney gonna be the city or county attorney. You ain't gonna get this guy that the sheriff got.
Yeah,
You put yourself in the middle of some shit right now, buddy. You gonna get the public pretender. He gonna
absolutely.
get the real. He
Yeah,
gonna get the real
you
lawyer.
getting a
You
staff
gonna get.
attorney.
You gonna get counsel for the city. That's what you
Hmm.
gonna get. Oh my God! But I went through the hoops. I jumped through the hoops. I called the lawyer. He gets on the phone and proceeds to tell me, I got my answer to my complaint. I just don't like it. I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna help you out, Ghost. It's obvious your client is failing you. Well, you can get a lawyer and file litigation. I said, are you giving me legal advice? I said, are you giving me no. I'm telling you your option. I said, no. It sounds like legal advice. But what I'm gonna help you with is my grievance that I'm filing now that they told me to address with you. I need an answer to my complaint. Well, you got the answer to your complaint. You just don't like it. I said, yeah, that's the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life, sir. You're telling me I have the reply to my complaint, and I'm sitting here for 40 minutes waiting on you to get on the phone to tell me I already got this? I say, can you read it to me? Because you should have it. If they told you this is where I need to redress my grievance at, you should have my answer to my complaint then, right? I said, I said, you ain't got it? You can't read it? Because it's damn sure ain't been sent to me, sir.
Hmm.
I got an email for you. I spit my email out to him. I say, and you already have my email because you've written me letters talking about I threatened them, threatening the sheriff, and I wasn't arrested after threatening the sheriff. How's that possible? I said, you've written me many emails. I've even sent you back the recording when they wouldn't take my complaint. And I asked you, is this transparency and accountability? You never answered that email. So it's just one of those things, man, that they just kept driving the nail home. And this was December the 12th that I spoke to this lawyer. I still haven't gotten the answer to my complaint.
Shut up and dribble. You want to go to jail? Be quiet, boy. That's all it is.
Boy,
Pretty much.
boy, you know the rule. You know the rule. It's been that way for a long time, but we got to stop this.
Yeah.
Because they stopped teaching civics in high school.
Hmm.
They started teaching social studies and geography. Can you name the 48 continental states in Alaska and Hawaii? That don't help you. That doesn't help you because them rules wasn't written for me and you, Neely.
Hmm.
It wasn't written for me and you to exercise
Say that.
it. It wasn't written for us to be able to exercise that. And for you to know it, well, you some type of law or something, somebody important or something.
Yeah. Little
I ain't
hove on
passed.
little Jay Z.
Yeah, I ain't passed the bar, but I
I
know
know
a
a little
little
bit.
bit. Oh my goodness! But you know what? When you just ask, I was just asking for answers. Like, come on, man. Somebody got to lose their job. That's first and foremost because we can't have this. Somebody got to get demoted because if you can't, if you're not even gonna come to the scene and turn your body cam on in the proper manner and conduct a proper investigation, you can't be the road patrol sergeant. Come on, man. And then if you're the lieutenant, you got to come to the scene when the lazy ass road patrol sergeant, who you know lazy, you got to know this. You got to know this. He damn near pulled his gun, pulling up his pants. You know this. You gotta come make sure. When the sheriff is at his daughter's wedding, that's what he called me. I was at my daughter's wedding. I said, "No, dog. You know what? Go ahead and go. Do what you need to do to check on your people and get back to me."
But
But I
on
had
top
done
of
all.
on
But I
top of
had
all
done
that,
all.
Sap,
But I had done already filed a public record request the night I was arrested.
I was
I
going to
had
say
done,
to you, Sap, out of all that, all they had to do is apologize later. That's all you asked for.
dude. I'm telling you, the thing that set him off was I had done filed a public record request before he even knew I had done filed it. Because you can hear him on the phone tomorrow. So what do you want to do about this? I ain't the law enforcement officer. I ain't charged nobody. I ain't assault, illegally detain and arrest somebody and give them three hours in jail and make them pay $750 cash bond. And then told my homeboy that was sitting there ready to bail me out, we can't take your money because you ain't got a Florida driver's license. What y'all looking to retaliate? Why does it matter that he from New York? My $100 bill spent in New York just like it spent in Okeechobee last time I checked.
Amen.
They did everything they could to make this thing hard for me. Made me go get a bail bomber because they wanted it to get out to the public without them doing it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Usually bail bomber got big miles, right? Brother pulled up on me and said, "Man, I ain't touching this." I said, "What you mean?" He's like, "I just got you out, dog. You ain't got to know my name or nothing. I don't want nothing to do with this." He was running. He was running from it because that's who normally tell it is the bail bomber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Trust me. I sat there. Oof. What you talking? Man, my background check was still coming in at Colorado, so I wasn't sleeping good, dog. I had to call
Yeah.
Prime as soon as I was on my way from the jail. Call him. Ain't got no footage at the time. Ain't got nothing at this time. That was the scariest part. That I didn't know, if they were gonna delete the video, do whatever they were gonna do with it. I had nothing. 2 days later, my dude hit me was like, "Got a video for you." I'm like, "No way." He's like, "Everybody's got it." And I had to call them all and tell them, "Don't post anything." Because, he runs the charity. So he called everybody, like, "Listen, Warren's trying to get it, he's close to getting a job at Colorado. If this hits the press, he's done, because Colorado ain't touching, nobody's going to touch me with that." I'm like, "Man, if you can do that for me, dog, please. But I need that video so you can send it to me so I can send it to Prime so I can keep him abreast of what's going on."
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I sent it to Prime. Prime was like, "Man." He's like, "You said you didn't get a chance to leave." No, because if he'd have said leave or go to jail, I'd have walked off. I'd have still had standing to sue him. No, he'd have said anything, go, leave, anything, I would have left. Shit, I wasn't there to get arrested.
Yeah.
We was riding in a rally. We was doing 100 miles an hour in the car. I didn't want to go 35 to the jailhouse and sit down. that ruined my Saturday. I had a good Saturday going. I'm gonna send you the video of the highway patrol racing us up to that point.
Yeah.
But Okeechobee ain't in agreement with nobody else to where, pay a little money, you ride the boys on through your town, and then you go. You look at a bunch of expensive cars and you get a little donation.
Mm-hmm.
That's how most places do it. Pay the cops, they give you an escort, you come through, everybody doing 110. They ain't gonna be there but 10 minutes, 5 minutes through your town. They
Yeah.
gone. They back out on the back road somewhere, Yeah, but it's how people are with their little towns and boy. So here we are. So I think Big Sugar got them, right? Big Sugar and Okeechobee, they got them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got plenty of bread. They leave their cars running outside all the time. I know the Florida sun hot. You better get a carport or something. But they cars. When I was up there doing my public record request, the cars just sit outside running. I said, "Boy, gas pretty hot to just be out here burning that gas like that." That is taxpayer dollars. That's all. I mean, it is what it is. But let it be what it's gonna be.
Well, man, proud of you. Appreciate you. Not just standing up for you, but for everybody else that's
Us.
connected to.
You know how many brothers don't know their rights, and
Yeah, absolutely.
and I'm
Absolutely.
gonna help y'all out there because Neely watched me do this to a couple officers, and 5 of them, 2 of them were chiefs of police. One was going out, and one was coming in,
Yeah.
and they didn't know this. The 5 elements of the First Amendment. It spells a very something that you might recognize. We all know religion, so we'll get rid of that one. R, religion. Now we're gonna spell it SAPP. Speech, the freedom to peacefully assemble, freedom of press, the freedom to petition redress of our government. SAPP, RSAP. Take that home with your people. Make sure you got it, and please be quiet, because I got an interrogation tape out there I'll tell you about back in the day. Shut up. They don't know nothing. Shut up and listen to them, because they get into the word salad and the creative writing. And boy, it's so funny when you bring it to the facts, boy. It don't stand up. It's
Well,
crazy.
they make sure they tell you during the Miranda phase, anything you say or do
Can
will
and will.
will
Can and will be
be
used
used
against you in
against
a
you,
court of
not
law.
for you, but against you.
Ain't nothing you about to say out your mouth for you. So you say, nope, give me a lawyer now.
Man, what a great Wednesday with Warren. We done caught up.
Hey
I
man,
think
it's 2025. We on some new stuff. We're finna reload the barrel. We finna get into this spring thing. We finna grab a couple more recruits and do this thing rounded right on off. And they're gonna let Rafi out the cage and the boys coming behind him. So
hey, well, until next Wednesday, it's the Hall of Famer Warren Sapp. It's your man, Uncle Neely. It is Wednesday with Warren on the Pregame Network. Sapp, we appreciate you, bad daddy.
we might have body cam footage for y'all next week. I don't know. Let me check it.
And we out.
I watch Uncle Neely in the pregame show all the time.
I appreciate it, brother.
Never miss it.
Yeah, I appreciate
And
it.
Wednesday with Warren Sapp.
Woo, I love Wednesday with Warren.
Right on.